Hey, welcome to Outside Xbox. We've just gotten back from the Call of Duty Championships in Los Angeles, where we've seen the very best Call of Duty players shooting 7 shades out of each other. Advanced Warfare's new Exo Suit adds a ton of new offensive and defensive movement options into the mix, so players are now hyper-mobile and gunfights can play out entirely in mid-air. In spite of that, because it's an accessible, populist first-person shooter and because there are plenty of people who can dominate a public server, a lot of people consider Call of Duty a quote-unquote easy shooter. But when you get two really good teams like COD Champs finalists Denial and Revenge going up against each other, both communicating faster than one of those babbling announcers at a Texas livestock auction, you get to see rad stuff like this. When we play COD, once we've chosen a course of action, we're usually committed to it. If we've decided to charge into a gun battle, it's going to end up with either us or the other guy riddled with bullets. Usually us. That's not the case for Revenge player Remy, who starts off this exchange mere seconds into the match with a gunfight, but then realises that he and the other player are going to land at the same time.
At the end of the 10-minute time limit, and Remy's going to open things up with a stop the cloister.
He switches to perform an Exo Suit stomp by hitting the sprint and crouch buttons at the same time, which is fiddly when you're not getting shot at by one of the best players on the planet. Timed perfectly, both players land, one of them considerably deader than the other. Our natural instinct when we're getting shot at in Call of Duty is to move away from our target, preferably spraying them with our own lead as we go. In our experience, charging towards the enemy usually ends up with us collecting every single bullet in our mouth. Denial player Attach clearly has a far greater mastery of the Exo Suit than we do though, because he actually dashes towards this firing enemy, sliding right past them and lining up his own shot as he does it. It's exactly like that bit in Risky Business, only with guns, and presumably Attach is wearing trousers. If you've not seen the film, that sounds really weird. If you've played Call of Duty, you know it doesn't take much sustained fire to bring down an opponent. That's why one of the most skillful things is actually escaping a firefight when you know you're outgunned. So you wouldn't generally expect to make a bid for freedom across basically open ground with zero cover to hide behind. Try telling that to Revenge player Nagafen, whose name sounds like a headache medicine and whose erratic movement with the flag causes headaches for Denial player Clayster.
Could actually get shot in the back. It's going to be Clayster in his bow. McLean not able to clean the kill. Is he going to get it before he
The movement from Nagafen, so difficult to land those shots, and he has it clear. The slam comes in.
It's not like this Clayster guy has wonky aim either. He spent the whole 3 days of COD Champs absolutely slaying people, and went on to win both the tournament and the individual MVP award. You don't get that by wheeling around firing your gun at clouds, which is why I don't have one. If you're not familiar with the Uplink game type, it's like a street game of basketball in downtown Baghdad. Players have to get a ball-shaped satellite into a hovering capture area without getting cut down by the opposing team first. The difference between this and basketball is in this you get more points for a dunk than you do for a distance shot, because basketball players don't have to worry about getting shot while they're dribbling the ball. And shots are hard enough to pull off.
Wentz go for 2, Wentz go for 1. Nagafen going to go for another 1-point play.
Gets
it. 2-point lead now for TR.
But the real pro play involves communication and cooperation to execute an alley-oop, like Revenge managed in the final game of Uplink. Here, Facento makes the pass and Remy is perfectly poised to finish off with the dunk.
Looks so snazzy as well when players do it, but...
The only way that could be improved is with NBA Jam commentary. No offense, Codcasters, you guys are alright. You know when we mentioned Clayster won the MVP award at COD Champs 2015? This is one of the reasons why. It's impressive enough that he managed to bail out of the window while getting shot at and reloading.
But as you said earlier, he gets the intro kills to Hills.
But to have the map knowledge to circle round, hop back through another window and shoot the same guy in the right kidney demonstrates just how much time they spend improving their game.
He's on a 10 kill streak, Chris,
and he is
in the grand final.
Over.
At 11, he's about to hit 40 kills. Still 2 minutes to go. Oh, if he'd have killed him, I would have just dropped the mic and walked out.
And that's what it comes down to, really. Being a pro Call of Duty player isn't necessarily about being the best in a straight gunfight. It's about knowledge, strategy and teamwork. So, are you impressed by these skills, or are you still not sold on the pro COD player's abilities? Let us know in the comments, and like and subscribe to Outside Xbox for all sorts of coverage on all sorts of games. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.